Am I the asshole? For not taking my cousin's stepkids out with me when I take her daughter? My cousin Jay got pregnant when she was 19. She was out of high school and lived with our grandparents. It was not a good time for her. Her half-brother and I were both in grade 12 and we had jobs. We decided to help her out. Of our own free will. No one asked us to or asked us for money. We just love her and knew she needed support. She had a girl named Callie. We helped buy diapers and formula. We babysat so Jay could work and go out every once in a while. Jay met a nice guy and married him 2 years ago. He has 2 kids from a previous relationship that he gets on the weekends. Callie is 12 now and I still hang out with her. Lately Jay has been asking me to take out her stepkids when I take Callie out. I told her no. I don't really know those kids and I don't really want to be responsible for them. I like spoiling my little cousin but that's it. She has been great practice for when I have kids. Plus I love being a bad influence on her. I just took her skeet shooting and we are going to an axe throwing place where you can also use knives or throwing stars. Jay says that I'm creating a schism between her kids because Callie comes back from hanging out with me and the other kids get jealous. She says I should take all the kids or stop doing stuff with Callie. Callie heard her and she may have picked up some language from me because she was very vocal about her displeasure. My mom thinks I should take the kids. I said I would if she would come keep an eye on them around the axes, knives and throwing stars. She said we could take the kids to a bouncy play area. I said she could take the kids there while Callie and I did our thing and we could catch up after. She said I was missing the point. I don't think I need to include those kids. Not the asshole, you have a special bond with Callie, not with her stepkids. Kids need to learn to manage disappointment and this is a great opportunity for them to get some practice in. Not everything in life is fair and equal, and that can be painful to accept, but it is also a reality that we must accept in life. Not the asshole if the dad has the kids only on the weekends, then he needs to spend time with them on the weekends and not dump them on you. Sounds like Jay and the new man in her life want kid-free weekends and for you to foot the bill. Not the asshole. Does your cousin's husband's family take Callie when they take his kids? I'm guessing not. They have their own family. Not the asshole. I hate when people act like blending a family means that they can never do anything alone anymore. Emo Callie is allowed to get away from her step-siblings if she wants to. It's honestly probably a very healthy outlet for her given her mom's attitude towards it. Plus it's really unreasonable for her to expect you to do it alone. But this here is Emo the important tidbit. She wants time to herself, which is why she's harping in this. I would bet it has nothing to with the other kids, everything to do with the fact that your time with Callie is no longer a break for her. Not the asshole. Since Mr. Nice Guy only gets his kids on weekends, presumably his stepkids have relationships that Callie isn't a part of. I think it's okay for Callie to have relationships that the stepkids aren't a part of. When Callie spends time with you, then the stepkids get more undivided attention from their dad, right? Isn't that a good thing? Not the asshole. If it's causing problems, then really, Jay and her husband should be handling those problems so that Callie doesn't suffer by losing her close relationship with you. Not the asshole. You already have an established bond with Callie. You shouldn't need to establish a new bond with every new person in Jay's life because she wants you to. She's not entitled to dictate your relationships. Not the asshole. If Callie is 12 and the stepkids are young enough for a bouncy castle, it isn't the same thing at all. They are way too young for the things that Opie and Callie are doing. All Jay is going to do is make calls, resent the young ones. If Jay wants some time, she should hire a babysitter because Opie and her mom aren't up for it. Not the asshole. Her saying you're missing the point is almost comedic. It was and still is your decision who you spend your time and money on. You do this because you have a connection with her, not just because they're your cousin's kid. The other kids need to understand that they can't always have the things they want, so does the cousin. She can't just expect you to do these things. She basically wants you to be a free babysitter and is taking away something meaningful from her daughter if you don't comply, and after everything you've done for her, that is entirely disrespectful. Nata. I think they are the ones missing the point. Her husband has custody of his kids during the weekend. If anyone needs to step up and take them places and do fun things with them, it's him. If he doesn't want to, then he should just give their mom full custody. Besides, I don't think their mom will be happy, as she knew he gets to see them 2 days a week, and instead of him doing something with them, a person she probably doesn't know is watching them. Not the asshole. It's your cousin's responsibility to nurture the relationship between her child and her stepchildren. I've been in your position. I helped and supported until a new guy moved in and was then cast as the villain because I didn't treat him the same as I treated my cousin. Rinse and repeat. I finally came to the realization that how I chose to spend my time and money is my right. As was her right to determine how people interacted with her child. I hope you are able to come to a compromise. Not the asshole. Unless Jay consulted you before getting into a relationship with this guy and his baggage and asked for your permission, then you have no ties or obligation to anyone other than Callie. Info: how old are your step-cousins? They sound very young if your mother is suggesting a bouncy play area. Not the asshole. You're not obligated to babysit some dude's kids for free just because he's fucking your cousin. Not the asshole. Your sister chose to marry a man with 2 children. When they are in her house, she needs to treat them age-appropriately equally to her child. You have a strong pre-existing bond with Callie and Callie alone. Enjoy it. If your cousin is upset because her stepkids feel like they are missing out, then your cousin can take them out herself. Not the asshole. It is not your responsibility to teach Jay's stepchildren that life is not fair, and sometimes you don't get to do things other people are doing. It is also pretty fucked up that Jay is willing to cause damage to their own daughter for the sake of the stepchildren by saying it is all kids or nothing. Off topic, but can you be my big cousin? I'm in my mid-20s, but you sound awesome and I wanna try throwing sharp things at other things. Also, not the asshole. You're not the asshole. Jay says that I'm creating a schism between her kids because Callie comes back from hanging out with me and the other kids get jealous. Then maybe Jay and her husband need to devote some of their time interacting with the children they see 2 days a week and create some special events and memories. Things don't always seem fair. Not everyone gets to be included in every activity. Don't those younger children do things with their mom and that side of the family? Things Callie doesn't get to do? That's life. Rather than foisting the kids off on you, Jay and her husband need to handle this themselves. You are correct, you don't. It's the age-old we're all one family, you have to treat all the kids the same crap. But Callie is your second cousin you're close to since birth, and the others are your cousin's stepkids he only gets on weekends anyway, and they have nothing to do with you. Jay and your mom can do as many activities with Callie and the stepkids together as they like, not to mention their dad can. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Does Callie get to do whatever the kids do with their mum? Probably not. You invited her to come and bring the other kids, so she clearly isn't really worried about the kids, she just wants kid-free time with a free babysitter. BC they have the kids every weekend. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. You have a relationship with your relative. Steps don't have to be your concern. Sigh. Why do so many people think when they get married all the children become some weird sort of conjoined entity? They're individuals, they can be treated individually. Obviously don't blatantly neglect one for another. But at what point do parents just teach their kids that everything isn't for everybody, and how to deal? Cause guess what, in the real world you don't get everything you want just cause you want it. Callie's relationship you shouldn't have to suffer from forced togetherness. And if it does, well, imagine how happy Callie will be with her mom, stepdad, and step-sibs. Not the asshole.